There we go. Thank you, Shauna. Excellent. So, as you can see, I'm just in my lounge here. Just going to make a movement, make sure I'm not going to catch anything. No lighting fixtures. It's also handy to have a drink handy, because it's surprising, even these gentle movements can really warm the body up, get the energy flowing, chi flowing. So it's good, handy to have a glass of water handy. So we shall start off we'll start off in what we call emptiness stance to start off with, which we're going to, it's a proper form in its own right. So if you want to stand some point for 10 minutes on your own when you're practicing this away from here, see if you can just stand in this stance. So your feet are about shoulder width apart. Your knees are just slightly bent, as if you're sitting on them slightly. And then we're moving our arms. As you can see, I'm just moving arms just away from the body. If you can imagine, you're holding like a walnut or some kind of little small ball underneath your armpits. Just allowing the torso to have a bit of space. And then the breathing technique, in Qigong, we have 3 energy centers. We have one at the head, the heart, and the gut, just underneath your belly button. So all the technique is just to make sure when we're breathing in, chest expands and this area expands as well. And then when we breathe out, chest goes towards the spine, and this area here, stomach, goes gently back towards the spine. So if you can, you're breathing in through the nostrils, in and out through the mouth. And then in moving forms, we quite often match the rate of breathing, the steadiness of the breath with the movement. So the breath and the movement is happening at the same pace. So that's the kind of basics. There's a bit more, there's more to take on with emptiness stance, but that's the basic feel of it. Relaxing the shoulders. And then creating that inner smile. Let's make sure we're really going to relax and enjoy this. So we'll start off with the first moving form, very simple one. What we're going to do here is bring our hands up to the lower dantian, breathe in. Just as we get to the heart, turn the hands and then breathe out. So turn the hands and gather as if you're holding chi in your palms of your hands. So breathing in, and at the heart, breathing out. And again. And really just relax into this moment. nowhere else where we should be this evening or this afternoon, except from right here, moving our arms, moving our legs, matching the breath with the movement. Nowhere else we should be. Again, we'll do a couple more. Last one. And what we'll do now, we'll go into called peaceful. This is called gathering of chi. So we're just going to gather, take a breath in, right above our heads, and then breathe out, and just let our hands just fall in front of the body as a breathing out. Part the hands and go back into emptiness stance. And we can reset. Take a nice couple of deep breaths. And perhaps already you're starting to feel a bit more relaxed. Perhaps the mind has gone a bit quiet, feel a bit more peaceful. So we're going to do another exercise again, just breathing again. We're going to bring our hands to the lower dantian. So the palms are facing each other. Then we're going to move into the side this time. So we're breathing in to the side. So your palms are pointing downwards to the earth, and then breathe out. Back to the lower dantian, about head width apart. We're breathing in at the bottom. And out. See if you can imagine as you're breathing in, as well as the chest expanding, your whole presence, whole body is expanding, and then it's contracting as you're breathing out. Again, we're keeping that breathing nice and slow, matching the slow movement of the arms. As I said before, just keep your attention on the movement, breathing, and imagine our hands are just floating down and little pockets of chi, rising up with the chi, settling back down with the chi. Do a couple more. Again, we'll go straight back into a gathering of chi. Back into emptiness stance. You can reset. Again, have a drink if you need to. Now we just slip back into emptiness stance. Sometimes called standing pose as well. So just empty, just standing, just present. Being really present to the movement our bodies are making, the breathing, any sensations we're feeling in the body. Just being really present as much as we can, just in this moment. Now we'll go into a form called puppet on a string. This is to remind us that our bodies can sometimes do things that we can't quite control. We might find out we've wandered off and done something without us realizing that is what we wanted to do. So you're going to imagine you let your arms go limp as they can. And then you're just going to imagine they're just being dragged slowly in front of us so they're extended, go at the side, they're extended like this. And they're going to go right above your heads. And palm facing down as you're going to come down the side. So I'll do that from the front. So let the hands dangle. And go right above your head. And right at the top is when you breathe out. Again, just imagine our hands just floating up. And we're just watching, observing. Even though our bodies are moving, there's something still just present. Just watching. Not trying to achieve anything, not trying to get anywhere. Just being present. We'll do a couple more. It's quite a strong stretch, this one. So if you do feel a bit uncomfortable, we just rest and we just stop and wait for the next form. Last one. And then we'll come back the other way again. Do a nice gathering. Again, back into emptiness stance. So the next two ones are really to get the energy flowing a bit. So the slightly quicker pace, but we can still just be present, just watch. And this one, we're going to rest our arms for a bit, so put your hands on your hips. All we're going to do here, we're going to go from side to side, just do side to side first. And then as we go, we're just going to gently tap the back of our calf. So it's this kind of action here. Making that movement as smooth as you can. Don't worry if you move forward or back a little bit. Good for your balance, but also really good for getting the energy flowing down your legs. And again, we're just getting lost in the movement. It's like your breathing come naturally on this one. Do one more to each side. And back. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. The hands come down to the side. And now we're going to do some arm swings. But the most important thing is the spine. We're going to rotate that spine as much as it's comfortable for us. And that is what gets the energy flowing more through the body. Hands are going to be hitting the lower spine at the back and the lower dantian at the front. The gentle slap again, a gentle slap. So it's this kind of action here. And again, just let that breathing come nice and relaxed. Just turn the spine as much as comfortable for you. It's not a competition. Just turn it as comfortable as you can. And then over time, you'll probably find you can twist the spine a little bit more. And again, we're just relaxing into it. Nothing else to do. Not trying to get anywhere, not trying to achieve anything. If you're practicing on your own, you just go for as long as you like. That's 10, 15 minutes. That's 10 and 15 minutes. Just relax and get lost again in the form, in the movement, and the breathing. So we'll do a couple more to each side. As you come back to center, we'll do another gather and breathe in. And again, briefly back into emptiness stance. And just check in as we go back into emptiness stance. Just check in. Notice how you're feeling on the body. You're feeling more relaxed. You're feeling more peaceful. And this next one's just going to settle. We've moved the energy around a little bit there. Just going to settle everything down. I'm going to balance the Dantians. This form is next called. So we're going to bring our hands, palm facing upwards at the lower Dantian. Then as we breathe in, whichever hand you want to go with first, we're going to go to the side, right above your head. And I'm going to draw a line right down the middle of our bodies, through the head, Dantian, the heart. And as we get down low, we just swing out and finish at the lower Dantian. And then we're just going to do the same to the other side. Just let that balancing energy just settle things down. Breathe in and then out. Breathe in and then out. Breathe in. Don't we have to hold it at the top for a bit? That's okay. And breathe out. Breathing in. And again. It just helps to balance the energy between the head, the top Dantian, the middle Dantian at the heart, and the lower Dantian at the gut. And I said once, them are truly balanced. You experience peace, true peace. We'll do a couple more to each side. And gently the last one. And then we'll do another gathering. Back in the emptiness stance. Again, just shake the body, reset your legs. Have a drink if you need to. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different tonight. A bit more tapping for this one. And a bit more of stimulating the meridians in your body. And then we'll go into the movement. So we're going to stimulate, get the energy flow, and then we're going to go into a movement. So we start off, when we tap, we just keep the wrists nice and loose. Not whacking it particularly hard, it's just a gentle bouncing off the skin. So we start off, we're going to tap the toes. And then we're going to go up the shins. And then we're going to go up the thighs, the stomach, along the chest. We'll go out to one arm, back down the arm. And again, the neck, across the chest, go to the other side. And this is all stimulating the meridians in the body. We're going to go upwards now, top of the head, back of the shoulders, as much as we can. Obviously, if you're doing this form on your own, you spend as long a time, if you've got a bit of knot of energy somewhere, you can spend a good few minutes just tapping away. So we're going down the back, lower spine, down the bottom, back of your thighs, calves. And then we're going to swing round and we're going to do another pass. We're going to do 2 more passes. So again, we're just tapping away, letting our hands just bounce off the body. Up to the chest, down the arm, up on the neck, and then I'm going to swing across again. So even when we're doing this quite quick movement, we can still just focus on what we're doing. Tap the back of the shoulders. And again, we're going to go down the back again. And then we're going to swing one last round of tapping. You might start to feel your skin is tingling. You may not, it all depends how you perceive the energy. So if we are distracted at this point with the mind, we just bring it back to the breathing and the tapping itself. And perhaps that sense of tingling in the body. Back to the head, the side. So we're going to do one more round after this. And back up the shins again. Down the arms. Again on the head. Nice and gentle there. Do as much as you can with your shoulder. So this time when we come down to the bottom, as we bent over, all we're going to do is just gently move our hands, so that touching our legs ever so gently. And so we're going to do the same kind of actions that we just done, but we're just going to trace our fingertips across the body. Nice and slowly. Back the other way. And again, this is all just working with the meridians, open the channels up, encouraging more chi to flow. And again, we do the top of the head, do the top of the shoulders, and then down the spine. And this time, when we do the same kind of flow through the body, we're going to keep our hands about an inch away from the body. Move our hands slowly, just an inch away from the body. We do the same again. And that's just working on one of the layers of your aura. So stimulating that field as well. Again, just keep that inch away, put an inch, inch and a half. And the last pass we're going to do is about keeping our hands about 6 inches away from the body. Same movement over the body. And that's just another layer of the aura that it's working with, that field of energy around our bodies. So that's the last movement. To kind of stimulate the body, then we can have a bit of a shake. You may feel your, again, like your body tingle a little bit, but a sense of energy moving. Maybe take a couple of deep breaths. So now we're going to go into this movement. Starting from the front. So we're going to start off, we make the movement on the outward breath. So we'll start with our hands at our sides, palm facing the front of our bodies. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to make a steep right above the head. A bit like a church tower. Then you're breathing in. And as you're breathing out, you're moving your hands downwards, but first away from the body, and then back into the head. So I'll demonstrate from the side for the next movement. So you take a breath in. And as you're breathing out, comes away from the chest into the heart area. Take a breath in. Breathe out. And this is going to the lower dantians, so I have to point your fingers downwards. Just let it rest at the lower dantian. Take a breath in. I'll move to the front for this one. And breathe out. It's kind of a giving thanks. So we'll do a few passes of this and just notice how it makes you feel. So breathe in and out breath. Breathing in and out. And again. And breathe out. And then we can give thanks. So breathing in. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Breathe in and out. And again, breathe in and out. Breathe in breathe in and out. In and out. And again, in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. So do a couple more passes. Breathe in. Oops. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. In and then move and breathe out. And again, breathing in and then out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. So just rest in this giving thanks position. Notice how the body's feeling. Again, we're just keeping our attention on the breathing, the position of the body. Perhaps you've got a sense of energy moving in the body. And again, with this form, if you want to practice this on your own, you can stop at each, when your hands rest on your heart, for example. Maybe just stay there for like half a minute if you want to and move on when you're ready. Remember just to breathe out, and that is when you move the body to the next dantian. So again, now we're just going to reset ourselves. Bit of shaking. And then we shall end this session. We'll do 3 more rounds of gathering of the chi. So we're just going to breathe in slowly. Swinging our hands above us and breathe out. I'll do another one. One last one, nice deep breath in. And we'll just slip back into emptiness stance. Fingers pointing downwards. Take another nice deep breath. And then we can release and we can relax a little bit more if that's possible. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed that session. Just getting bombarded by the sun, which is lovely. So thanks for anyone who joined. If anyone has any questions, we've got a few minutes.
Thank you, Ian. This is Shauna. Thank you so much. That was some new stuff. I loved it because, you know, we sit all morning in the sanctuary. To be able to move that much was wonderful. Everything's all alive and tingly and relaxed at the same time. So thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yes. That last one's actually the first Qigong form that I learned. So it is slightly different. That is a bit of tapping and that, but it's really when you get into that movement, it's very, very meditative and very calming and very peaceful. And yeah, just one of my favorites.
Yes, it felt sacred to me, sacred gratitude.
Yeah, it's very much being just in the moment and appreciating that moment. Which just brings you into that sense of just existing, doesn't it? You know, so it's very just a lovely practice, I think.
Yes, I agree. And you're so graceful.
That took a while. But don't worry if you don't feel very graceful at first, because this is like, I've been practicing Qigong about 8 or 9 years now, so it's just a bit of practice, really. And it doesn't even matter if it's not so graceful, because it's graceful in your own way. We're all unique and we're all do things slightly differently.
Yes, that's very kind. It's true, though, just to remember to be like you remind us to go smoothly and slowly and really be present with that. It makes it all that much more effective and alive and present.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just like, it's a great way of slowing down, because we always have this, there's a lot of things, even when we can have very busy lifestyles, and even when we're doing things spiritually, we can be very, very busy.
Yes.
But it's a great way to kind of slow everything down, and just for this time, 20 minutes or so, I'm going to just do a bit of Qigong, and I'm just going to slow down and appreciate everything that's going on, you know.
Yes, that's so important. And we'll see you again next month. Let's see when that is. July, it would be July 2nd.
July 2nd, yeah. I'll be back.
Great. Thank you so much, Ian.
Thanks, Shauna. Nice to catch up with you.
You too. So I wanted to remind everybody to come back at 5 o'clock Eastern time for the Mighty Companions. And then we have programs all the way through the evening. So come back for Reverends Glenn and Yolanda for the Mighty Companions at 5 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you then. It's going to be a great evening, Glenn says, or Yolanda. Yes, see you then. Bye for now.
Bye.